also super important because we are getting cold weather pretty soon, Brian.
Yes, it's not going to be as bad as upstate, but still here in the valley, we're looking at a freeze next week. And that's pretty much what everybody's talking about.
Yes.
So I'm going to flip the forecast on its top, and we're going to start with that. Now, this is what's going to happen Monday to Tuesday of next week. The front comes through early Monday, opens the door for frigid air to come on down and invade the valley. So throughout the day Monday, temperatures will fall through the 40s and then the 30s. And overnight, getting down into 32 degrees, 31 degrees by 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So Tuesday morning, it's 30 at best across much of the Rio Grande Valley, and we're looking at still being freezing on from about 9 a.m. So that's a good 6 to 8 hour stretch of 32, 31, 30 degrees for the Rio Grande Valley. So if you have really sensitive plants, you'll have to take care of those. Make sure the pets have some place to be outside of the cold. Again, freezing for 6 to 8 hours. Winds on Monday behind the front will be a bit aggressive and out of the north. So I'm sure we'll be talking about wind chill by that time next week, by Monday and Tuesday. But for now, just know that there is a big freeze coming across Texas Monday into Tuesday. And you can see that Tuesday morning we wake up to temperatures, as I said, near 30, but folks in San Antonio wake up to 20, and folks in Dallas wake up to 8. Oh boy, 54 does not. Let's get back to the here and now. 54 degrees overnight tonight, southeast wind 5 to 10, weak winds. That won't last because the winds will pick up tomorrow afternoon again. Going from cool to mild tomorrow morning, 58 at 6 a.m., 62 by 8 a.m. And the southeast wind and sunshine routine will do its magic and get us on up into 80 degrees above normal. Normal high this time of year is about 71, 72 degrees. So there you go. Above normal temperatures with that south to southeast wind, 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting to 30 at times. Oh, a southerly wind is a warm wind. Isn't that nice? And so it'll be a nice warm day, as I said, above normal. But Friday, a cold front comes through about 5 a.m. and opens the door to big north winds. Hold on to your emojis, people, because it's going to blow at about 40 to 45 miles an hour at times. 68 degrees the high, and then we'll drop off as the day wears on into afternoon. Here you can see what happens on Friday. 5 a.m. the front comes on down and opens the door. See, ahead of the front, the winds are out of the south in the morning, and the winds are out of the north behind the front. It pushes through and opens that gate, and we've got 38, 45, 40, 42 mile an hour winds coming out of the north, bringing in not only cool, but really, really dry air on into the valley. So that's something to look forward to as well. Also, make sure that you're on your best behavior driving, because you might end up bumping into some of those garbage cans. Yeah, so if they're empty and they're out there, they'll be tipped over. So that north wind will grab them and move them on into the road or maybe somebody else's yard. Now, the dry conditions indeed will continue throughout the day on Friday. It's going to be crackling dry, desert dry out there, so wildfire risk is going to be elevated as well, but we have burn bans for all our counties anyway. 72 to 76 degrees Saturday and Sunday is a 2-day stretch of recovery. It's going to be beautiful out there. If you've got plans for the weekend, get it done. But then Monday, that front comes on down, and Tuesday morning, we watch temperatures just tumble down into the 30-degree range, maybe even 28, 29 degrees on in toward north of Raymondville and on back west of La Jolla. But still, for much of the Rio Grande Valley, even Brownsville, expected to be around freezing. So it's going to be a cold, cold start to Tuesday because of that front. Even Wednesday, the next day, is going to be fairly cold around the Rio Grande Valley because that north wind will still be transporting that cold air on down into the Rio Grande Valley.
Well, we are excited for the change. Now, Brian, I'm going to ask you, just because everybody's calling in, what about the plants? What about the water running?
Yeah, well, if you have a house that's susceptible to freezing, yeah, leave a pipe drip, absolutely. Make sure that you drain your outdoor sprinkler system, your underground sprinkler system. Trust me on that one. And of course, for plants, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue unless you have really sensitive exotic plants, because I'm not planning to do anything for my shrubs or flowers. With 6 to 8 hours of 30 to 32, I don't think that's going to be too bad. I'm not a horticulturalist, but I think we'll be all right.
We'll be all right. All right, we're going to have more news for you and weather after the break.